Hello there, it's Professor DB Dornake here at Scarefest 2018 out in Lexington, Kentucky. We just got our press passes and we're getting ready to go inside and see the horrifying creatures that are inside. It's gonna be a good time. Let's head on. Hello there, DB Dornake here with Mutagen Nation at Scarefest 2018. Oh, we're really excited this year to see all the strange and horrifying creatures. I'm on the look for some test subjects. I have one test subject. Sorry, right here. This is Nick Brown from Scarefest. He's going to tell us a little bit about Scarefest. And how many. This is the 11th Scarefest?
Yeah, Dan, this is our 11th annual Scarefest. It started back in 2008, and it's just been getting better every year.
So they started in 2008, so this is the 11th Scarefest. And pan around a little bit here, Mutagen, so we can get a good look at everything going on out here.
And if I may, I'll say the Scarefest started out, it was about half the size of this current event, and it started because Patty Starr, who's a preeminent ghost hunter here in Kentucky, wanted to do something with horror in addition to paranormal, and so she got the idea to do the Scarefest.
So you have paranormal experts here. You have a lot of different booths. Tell us about all the different types of booths that you have and all the different artists and entertainers here.
Okay, well, we have quite a mix actually, and I'll go ahead and say one of our key focuses is, of course, horror films and horror television. So we have a large number of actors and actresses and filmmakers involved in the horror industry. So some of our big draws this year are Jeffrey Combs. He was in Reanimator as Dr. Herbert West. Julian Sands, the Warlock from Warlock. We have Joe Bob Briggs, who just recently broke the internet.
A personal favorite.
Yeah, mine also. And he's here this year, so we're very excited about that. In addition to those celebrities, though, as you mentioned, we have a lot of unique vendors here, and they're selling everything from hard-to-find DVDs, Blu-rays, to custom masks, posters, apparel, whatever you might want. There are artists here, such as Joel Robinson over here, if you want to pan over. Yeah, Joel Robinson is the official Scarefest artist who did all the Scarefest posters since the event started, and he's a big fan favorite every year. And that's some of the stuff, but also we have paranormal, so we have ghost hunters. We have, for example, the Ghost Brothers are here, as well as the Tennessee Wraith Chasers and a number of other paranormal investigation groups, both from television and just the internet in general. Plus we have psychic mediums such as Kim Russo, Chip Coffey, and some of them will be doing readings here. So it's just a whole variety of different things.
Wow, and just a whole lot of really great entertainment right out here in Lexington, Kentucky, right out here at Rupp Arena, and they do this every year.
Every year, right around the middle to end of September or start of October.
Well, we're hoping to be here every year. We're going to come out and see all the wonderful sights. Thank you so much for being with us.
Absolutely no problem, Dan, and I appreciate not being in the experiment yet.
We'll see about that. DB Dornake out here at Scarefest, and I'm looking for test subjects. I found a wonderful test subject here with, he's a really great artist. His name is Joel Robinson, and he's the official artist of Scarefest. Joel, tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about how you got involved with Scarefest.
Well, I started with Scarefest their first year, and I started doing work for them then and just continued. So this is my 11th year doing art for them. I usually do 2 pieces a year for them. And yeah, great. Before it was Patty, now it's Nicole, and everything's going forward, and it's a great show.
Tell us a little bit about your artwork and what kind of techniques that you use, and look at this beautiful artwork that we have for Scarefest, and he's on all the T-shirts and everything for Scarefest.
Yeah, I'm an artist that kind of does traditional and digital mixed together. And this right here, this was a model. Actually, she's right next door, Violet Lazar, modeled for that. And so I basically work really large. Like this is actually 6 foot, and then it's actually that size, and then I shrink it down to make the smaller prints. So I work really large, and then print them smaller.
Well, it's wonderful, and there's a lot of really great artists as well here out at Scarefest. It was wonderful meeting you.
Oh, pleasure.
And I am conducting some experiments later. Do you think that maybe I could peruse you for a little bit of scientific research?
Sure.
Wonderful. I'll be looking around for a bit more test subjects. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Take care.
Hillbilly Jack here at Scarefest 2018, and we are here with a prospective test subject for DB Dornake. And we're just going to start by asking you, how did you find out about Scarefest?
I've been coming here the past 3 years. I got friends that work here in security, got friends that work on the booths, and also I'm a big horror film fanatic. I love Saw. I love pretty much anything horror. You got Jason, you got Freddy, you got Child's Play, you got the Leprechaun. Me, specifically, I could play the Leprechaun if they want to film me. Give me a contact. I would love to play a Leprechaun movie, Leprechaun 8, 9, 10. I don't care. Give me a call. I'll play a Leprechaun for you. Heck, I even play a yarn gnome that goes out and kills people if you want me to.
I have always found that the scariest thing to me was Full House. I mean, what is worse than a house with John Stamos and Bob Saget in it, right? Am I right? So you were saying that you are up for playing all sorts of types of different characters. How would you like to participate as a victim of DB Dornake?
DB Dornake knows a future character of mine is going to be a detective in the future series. So me and DB, we get along just okay. But he knows some of his mutants, if they get out of control, I'm going to have to put them down.
We put down my whale once. He was getting too big for his bowl. Well, thank you for joining us today, little fella. And, go back to the Shire. Thank you.
All right, out here at Scarefest, and I found some wonderful-looking test subjects right here. Tell me a little bit about yourselves. Where are you from?
My name is Noodles the Clown, and we are with Wicked World Scaregrounds, haunted house located off King Street Road.
We got a lot of wonderful haunted attractions in Kentucky. And you guys, how long have you been with Scaregrounds?
I've been with the Scaregrounds about 6 years now. He's been here the whole time it's been open. This is Father Time. He just joined us this year. So he's just now joined. Yeah.
So we got Father Time, and what's your name again?
Noodles.
Noodles.
And then this is Range.
And Range. Oh, I like that. I'm conducting some experiments later. Do you think I could peruse you guys for a little bit of scientific research later?
You think they'd be able to pick my brain a little bit?
Ooh, yes. I love picking brains. And tasting them a little bit, too.
Right there with you.
Okay, well, I'll catch you guys later.
All right. Bye.
Out. So what do we do here?
Okay, I do mine a little different than most psychics. Of course, you have to understand, I have no skills. I have no training. I've not even read the instructions that come with the cards.
Oh, that ought to be familiar for some of our viewers. Not reading instructions, being really bad at it. Let's see.
Now, however, I never said I don't have a gift. Now,
I'm gonna get some gifts.
the way this works is first think about a question. Something about your life, past, present, or future. Think of something you want guidance with, something you need to know.
Okay, I think I've got it.
Okay. Now, the other thing that I do different from any other psychic I've ever seen, I hate that deck. Don't even do that deck. You get to pick the deck that you...
What decks we got here?
This is the Tarot of Fire. We have the Mystical Tarot. We have Legends. We have, the Wild Unknown Tarot. Bohemian Cat Tarot.
Ooh.
And the Tarot Illuminati.
Ooh. I'm kind of partial to Illuminati. I'm in my own secret government group like that. But I'll tell you what, the one I'm most interested in is the one with the adorable cat on it.
I'm glad you chose that because that's the easiest damn deck I have to read.
Wonderful.
Now, what we do first, now ask me your question. We're going to pin it down. The way this process works, see, all I do is ask my spirit guides to give me the card that I need. Now, because I'm not an actual tarot card reader, I haven't read the instructions, I haven't memorized what all the cards means. That means, see, any other psychic, they'd have to say, give him the Three of Swords. Nobody remembers that. Because I don't know what that means, my spirit guides have to go, give him the blue one. So, just to help you there. Now, what is your question?
My question is, where did DB put the money?
Where did DB Cooper, I'm assuming, the airplane guy,
Possibly.
or just a generic DB?
I like to call him Uncle DB.
Oh, it's not like you can ever check up on this shit. Okay, where did DB put the money? Give me a card I can read, spirit guides. And the other thing, I don't do like most of them draw or do a spread. I just wait for me to drop one.
I drop one all the time.
That tells me my spirit guides have knocked the card from my hand.
This is cards, he's shuffling them right now. This is very exciting.
And I have no hand-eye coordination either, which actually makes this process normally go much faster. But it's coming up.
Okay. He's studying the card right now as we speak. I can hear the spirit guides speaking to him. They're saying...
Do you know how annoying that is? I'm a psychic. I'm a professional. I'm trying to work here. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
You can talk, it doesn't matter. Okay, what we're seeing here...
Oh, it's got a cat on it.
Yes,
I forgot that we were with the cat deck.
We're on the cat deck.
I love kitties. My assistant Mutagen likes the taste of the calico ones.
I have bad news for you.
Oh, I don't like bad news.
I realize someone already has that money.
Oh no, Uncle DB, what were you thinking?
Someone already has that money, and the reason that nobody knows they have it, this person has actually been quite responsible.
Oh, that can't be anyone in my family.
They have hid the money in a book. Or books in a library, in behind books. Books involved. But they're saving it for their children.
Oh, children. That's very interesting, Wes. Thank you. I will take that information and speak with my great Aunt Harriet. Well, I really appreciate it.
Now remember the tagline. That was your really bad tarot card reading. Worst case, I might be wrong.
Well, I'll remember that, and I really thank you. And you're here with Scarefest. You're the official voice for Scarefest.
I am the voice of the Scarefest because they have such low standards that they decided I would be a good representative. But we do Scarefest radio and TV every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We have anybody that'll come on the show, pretty much. Just celebrities, people, vendors, anybody we can talk to. Now, just because someone comes on the show, though, that doesn't mean that they're going to be a guest at the Scarefest. It's just the weird, the unusual, the strange. Anybody. We have a lot of fun, give away a lot of free passes to the next Scarefest.
And I think I saw not long ago you were interviewing Joe Bob Briggs. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
That was a fun
I'm a big
interview.
fan.
How many people interview Joe Bob Briggs and talk about his mother?
Ooh, we'll have to tune in. And do you have those? Those are on archive.
Those are all on his. Yes, because Brandon co-hosted, so I'm trying to remember if it was audio or video. But yes, that is online at scarefestradio.com.
And you said that's Fridays at 9 o'clock?
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have a good one, okay? And I may come by later and see if you'll engage in some of my experiments. I need some more test subjects.
If it doesn't take a healthy corpse.
I never like a healthy corpse, I'll tell you that much. Take care.
This is Hillbilly Jack coming to you from the Circus Envy and the Three Deadly Sins. And I gotta be honest, you are the prettiest thing I've seen here all day. Not you, her, I don't know, but I just wanted to say that I had to stop and say hello. Now, can you tell us a little bit about the Deadly Sins? Now, I'm familiar with some of them. There's Doc and Sneezy and Dopey.
No, unfortunately, Doc's no longer with us, and that's regrettable because he's the only one that could write prescriptions. So that sucks, but...
Well, then, I mean, what is it that you have to offer Scarefest?
What don't we have to offer? We've got beautiful girls, we've got beautiful drag queens, we've got our vegetarian wild man, the Hockamock. He bites the heads off of lettuces. He's insane. Totally crazy.
I once bit a head off of a carrot.
Awesome. I saw that porn tub video, actually.
I'm not going to lie, it's gotten a little awkward. Well, so can you tell us how long have you all been coming to Scarefest? I understand this is their 11th year.
Yeah, I've been here 10 years, and we did a reality show pilot with them back in 2014, which went nowhere. So they started letting me bring my whole set and my whole troupe. Here's another one of us coming now. And so since 2009 was my first time, but I was solo then. Now just attracting more sins. And
Excellent, excellent. Now, is there a place where somebody can see these shows, or do you just set them up randomly?
pretty much randomly, yeah. Other than that, rehabs, cops.
Rest areas.
Yeah, rest areas. There you go.
On I-75.
Grinder.
Well, thank you for your time, and we hope you all enjoy Scarefest 2017. 18. Thank you. This is Hillbilly Jack coming to you again from Scarefest 2018. And I am here with Pork the Clown, and we are awaiting the DNA results to actually find out if he's my brother. So, Pork, can you tell us a little bit about some of this amazing stuff that you have here?
Yes, we have hand-painted knives. That's always a lot of fun. Hand-painted machetes.
Are you worried that they will get scratched when I brutalize chicken?
That'll just add to the flavor of it.
Excellent. Excellent. Scratch resistant.
There you go.
Okay.
Got hand-painted masks.
I see some of your masks. And are those custom painted ping pong palettes?
If you want to use them for that, yeah, sure. We'll call it that.
My mama called them the trouble stick.
There you go.
And, you know, well, I don't want to talk about it.
Bad memories, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So how long have you been coming to Scarefest?
This is actually our 4th year here.
4th year.
Fun, yes.
Excellent, excellent. And I notice you have a gas can there. Do you think when we finish this up, you could help me out? We ran out of gas on the way in.
Sure, we can do that.
Excellent.
Everybody else always has like killer weapons. This finishes the job.
And I don't see why everyone's so scared of crowns. This guy has been a perfect gentleman. And I cannot wait to get you back in the basement to experiment on you. Thank you for your time, Mr. Pork.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, sir, what brought you out today?
We're here out at Scarefest. My name is Professor DB Dornake, and actually I was going to interview you, if that's all right.
You can give it a shot.
We're here just perusing for some test subjects for our show. We're with Mutagen Nation. That's the only horror host show in Kentucky.
Yeah, we're just kind of mucking around, chatting people up.
Who are you?
Noah from Hey, Kentucky.
Hey, Kentucky. Oh, I've heard of that.
Ask them if they got a permit.
Yes, do you have a permit to be here at Scarefest today? Hey!
Got my badge. I'm official.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, how about yourself?
Yes, we're here, official Scarefest media.
So where are you here from?
We're from Shelby, Franklin, Kentucky area, and we do just a little video show where we feature creature feature movies and B movies.
What questions do you have for me?
Well, I was just wondering if you would mind being in some of my experiments later on. I need a few test subjects. Would you be interested?
Does it pay anything?
Well, we can talk about pay afterwards.
Mention the pickles.
Oh, yes. Do you like pickled brains?
No. Is it like pickled bologna?
Ask him who does his hair. I need tips.
Pickled bologna. We have dill brains. We have bread and butter. And which do you prefer, bread and butter or dill?
Jill, I guess. I'm not really a pickle guy, though. It's cool. Thank you. Like, it's so kind of you to offer.
Well, I'm always glad to offer brains where I can. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is Hillbilly Jack here, and I'm here with Black Orchard Farms. And can you tell us a little bit about your all's attraction?
Yeah.
I mean, the place with the haunted houses, not how you all feel about me.
Well, I think you're very cute. Does that help you any feel better? Black Orchard, we are a pig slaughtering family. You come through, you get to see us slaughter pigs. They're hanging everywhere. There's blood everywhere. We have all kinds of different characters.
Chickens and the rats now.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to make them jealous.
Chickens and the rats?
Don't forget about our skinning woman either.
Skinning?
She skins people and sews them together. We also have a torture room and a delousing room.
That is one giant head.
I know. I don't know where we got it.
What?
It makes me petty.
What kind of hat size you think that is? Like 14H?
I think it needs one of those 10 gallons of
my granny, she knits those little toboggans. She would have to buy out of the store.
Yeah. Pet him. He likes to be petted.
I like to be petted too. Okay, so we're back with Nick. I got away from that crazy lady. I'm not saying that she was crazy, but she enjoyed petting my head. That has to be a little crazy, right? Well, we're here with Nick, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about some of the other attractions that the great state of Kentucky has to offer us.
So, of course, for Kentucky, we've also got the great legend of Pope Lick, based on the true legendary story of the Goat Man.
Goat Man.
From where the carnival train come through and wrecked off of the bridge. So, it's just a great attraction all the way around. It's got carnies. It's got the great Goat Man. I just watch out for the Goat Man. He likes his hillbillies.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about this Goat Man and maybe his history a little bit for those that are unfamiliar with said Goat Man thing, monster?
Yeah, the Goat Man, the legend behind it is he's half human, half goat, probably about 8 foot tall, if not taller. Very dangerous, very mean.
Okay, well, it sounds like something that I just have to check out. So hopefully we will catch you out there. And as always, stay safe this Valentine's weekend.
DB Dornake here at Scarefest 2018, and I have some wonderful test subjects here. And I was just wondering, is this your first year at Scarefest?
No. I think we're, year 4, year 5?
Oh, yes. They've been here for 4 years. And tell me a little bit about your costume and everything here. Are you all a part of a larger organization?
Well, actually, we are. Wicked World Scaregrounds off Tate's Creek Road in Nicholsville, Kentucky.
Very familiar.
This was the previous boss for our Rotting Rampage, real-life zombie laser tag they ran through the summer. It's at an end right now, but during their haunt season this year, in the quarantine section, they will be doing zombie laser tag as part of the attraction.
Zombie laser tag, how wonderful. Cadavers on display, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, and we look forward to getting out to your haunt this year. All right, let's go looking for a bit more cadavers.
This is Hillbilly Jack here, and we're here with one of the actual sponsors of Scarefest, Instant Signs, and the human that brought him. So can you tell us a little bit about Instant Signs, Mr. Blue Dragon? That is fascinating. And how long have you been sponsoring Instant Scarefest, Mr. Dragon? Okay, for those of you who are not fluent in Dragon, we're going to talk to his handler now. So can you please interpret to us what this beautiful little dragon just said?
Absolutely. This is actually our first year sponsoring Scarefest. They came to us a little while back, asked us if we'd like to sponsor and do all the signage out here. So we jumped on the opportunity to come out and see all the people, all the costumes, and let everybody know we're here.
Excellent. And if you haven't had a chance to look around, some of the signs have just been amazing. Of course, some of them, like Galen Ross, just look like they mailed it in, but I think that was more them. So we just want to say that we have enjoyed ourselves out here at Scarefest, and we thank you for helping them put on this event, Mr. Blue Dragon. Oh, he's so cute, but, you probably ought to go home with him. All right, thank you for your time.
DB Dornake out here at Scarefest 2018 once again, and I'm just going around and interviewing some people, some possible test subjects, and I've got some elemental demons here with me now, and please tell me a little bit about yourselves, and is this your first year at Scarefest?
This is my first year at Scarefest.
Oh, how wonderful. I love that. I love your costumes. How long did it take you to get into the makeup and everything that you have here?
Like an hour and a half.
An hour and a half. And did I see you guys over there earlier? Okay. Where were you getting your paint done and everything? What was the name of the booth?
Misfits.
Misfits. Okay, it took them an hour and a half? My goodness. Tell me, I do have a couple of experiments planned later, and I was wondering if you might be willing to be test subjects for me. And I was also wondering, I have some pickled brains in my basement. Do you like dill pickles or bread and butter?
Bread and butter. Bread and butter.
Bread and butter, okay. And will you be some of my test subjects later?
Absolutely.
Ooh, wonderful. It's gonna be a good evening. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This is Hillbilly Jack, and we're here at one of the haunts setups, Mountain Mayhem, and we're here with the boss, Nikki. Now, Nikki is going to tell us a little bit about this thing called the Death Ride, which I am not going to ride in because I'm not died. I'm not dead. And then we have here Detective Klondike, who will be actually performing in said Death Ride. But first, let's talk to Nikki, and can you tell us a little bit about Mountain Mayhem and this Death Ride?
Well, Mountain Mayhem is a haunted house, and we're in eastern Kentucky. We're about 8 miles from the Virginia border, and this is an add-on attraction we have at our haunt. So we thought we'd bring it down to Scarefest. It's first year here with it, and we put you in, strap you in. It does 4 or 5 things before it lets you out, and most people do get back out of it.
Well, that's good. Anyways, I guess if you don't make it back out, I mean, you already got the coffin anyway. We just need the hole. And we got plenty of those that back at the compound. Isn't that right, DB Doorknob? All right, so they're going to go ahead and get him strapped in. And as you can see, everything is done very safely and securely. And are his hands supposed to be free like that? I've got some handcuffs. We could use those.
What he's thinking.
Can you tell us what you're thinking really quickly?
There is no safe way to get inside here. So.
There is no safe way to get in there, but there's probably not a safe way to get out either. Good luck, buddy. And down he goes. Now we're going to come over here to a little bit of play-by-play. And as you can see, Detective Klondike is enjoying a peaceful slumber in his new bed. Now, me, typically, I prefer to have like a skylight or something, but Detective Klondike is afraid of nothing and is now enjoying his eternal slumber in his death bed. So right now they are setting up his ride with a little bit of a story. I'm hoping that it's Goldilocks and the Two Bears. Well, that's the story my mom told me because something happened to Junior. And I don't know if you can tell, but right now the thing is jostulating and shaking, but it actually doesn't normally do that. As you can see, he's just freaking out in there. And now we're to black. Uh-oh. It's coming out. Yeah. So how long is the typical ride on one of these things?
About 3 to 5 minutes.
About 3 to 5 minutes. It's about the length of my relationships in high school. Yeah, and a typical ride like this, what is it that you all charge for something like this there at the Mountain of Mayhem?
Well, our show price here is $8 or 2 for $15.
$8 or 2 for $15. So if you come down here to Scarefest, oh my goodness, it's Skeletor. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked, but He-Man's nemesis was over there. So as you can see, the detective is behaving very calmly. He doesn't look scared at all. He may have a headache. Oh, he almost got out on that one. Sounds like my car coming down the interstate. Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit more about the haunt that you all have set up there in eastern Kentucky?
We're the only permanent haunt in the area. We don't have black plastic. We have all antiquities, real walls. We work on it year round. We don't pop it up, take it down real quick. We have an in-house mask maker who makes all our masks. We have an in-house prop maker who makes all our props. This will be our 3rd season there.
Awesome. Well, it definitely sounds like that it's worth the trip to Eastern Kentucky. Thank you, Boss Nikki, for all the information, and thank you for not killing our friend.
Will be doing their photo op.
DB Dornake out here at Scarefest 2018, and I've got a couple of test subjects here that I might speak with about possibly being in some experiments. And please tell me a little bit about yourselves. Is this your first year at Scarefest, or have you been every year?
Well, my name is Whitney Morris. This is my first year at Scarefest, and honestly, I'm having a blast. My favorite part was going into the elevator and meeting Costas, Mandalore. Oh my goodness, it was so great.
That's wonderful. And Whitney, you have your own YouTube channel, is that right?
Yes, I do. It's Princess Crown Production, and actually we're kind of getting into the end of the season this year, starting with the end of the episodes. So be sure to check it out. Once again, it's Princess Crown Production.
And I'm a big fan of everything they're doing there on that channel. And thank you for interviewing me. Now, tell me this, because I do have some experiments that I might be performing later. Would you be interested in being in some of my experiments as a test subject?
Oh, I know a few things about experiments, and she's going to be okay with it.
Okay, and tell me this. I have some pickled brains in the basement in case you're hungry. Do you prefer dill or bread and butter?
I'm a dill man myself. Lenny?
Bread and butter.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I have plenty of bread and butter. I'm glad I stocked up on that. Thanks again, and thanks for coming out to Scarefest and meeting with us.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too, thank you.
We're here with Ravens Glide Designs, who offer a real Raven photo op opportunity. Now, we're here with the owner and operator. We're going to see if we can get a little more information from him. Sir, can you tell me how long you have been doing this? Sir, you're going to have to speak up, or the audience will not be able to understand what you're saying.
You might want to talk to the bird.
So this is a statue. I knew that. So we're going to go over back here and we're going to talk to the owner here. So, Bishop, can you tell us how long have you been doing these photo opportunities? And I just think it's amazing that we give opportunities here in this great country to even birds, because everyone should work.
Put it closer to him, you can probably say something.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about your opportunity here and this wonderful setup that you have here at Scarefest?
I think you're freaking him out. I think I'm going to have to tell you.
Well, it's just some people, I tell you. So I'm here with
Ravens Glide Designs and Bishop the Raven and Voodoo the Raven.
Bishop and then Voodoo over here. And they are just beautiful birds. So how long have you all been coming to Scarefest?
This is our second year at Scarefest, yep.
Second year at Scarefest. Well, I have to tell you, you all have a wonderful design around here. And everything just looks amazing. I mean, he looked lifelike.
Well, the birds are definitely alive. If you want a portrait, come on over and get a portrait, get your picture taken with all the props, the costumes, and the birds.
Excellent. And I assume that this is not the only time of year that you all do photographs?
No, we do this all through the season, Halloween season, and into about wintertime is when we stop, and then start again in the spring.
And where are you all located, just for those out there?
East Tennessee.
East Tennessee. Well, it just definitely sounds like it is worth the trip to me. All right, well, thank you so much, Ravens Glide Designs.
And follow us on Facebook. You can follow Bishop and our Ravens Glide on Facebook.
I'm going to get a new friend. Oh my gosh. I'm here with Skeletor. I gotta tell you, He-Man gave you the raw deal. You're the man. Okay, so we're here with Skeletor, and I just found out that Wicked Beard here has been here all 11 years, which may explain the little discoloration in his face. But can you tell us a little bit about what first brought you to Scarefest?
I was invited as a guest, and they wanted me to do Jason, so I did such. And I took a picture with Betsy and a bunch of others, and the rest is history.
Okay, so you happened to mention Jason. So are there other projects that you're involved in too? I mean, other than trying to take over, all of Eternia.
I do a wide array of characters, from the Creeper to Skeletor to Snake Eyes. Most of the Jasons. I've done Michael Myers. I've done all of them. Leatherface. I'm known for Jason, but Skeletor is my baby.
That is amazing. And I just have to say, you look awesome. Okay, so is there some place, if somebody wanted to find out a little bit more about what it is that you do, that they can go to? Like, do you have an online or?
Usually Facebook is the best place to find me. My name on Facebook is Jeff Cochran, but Wicked Beard Creations is also a page on there. And I have a website, wickedbeardcreations.com, but I'm barely ever on that, so Facebook is your best bet. Or just Google Wicked Beard. You'll find out everything you need to know.
All right, so you heard it first. Check out Wicked Beard, because I definitely am. See, I'm trying to roll my own, but it's not quite there yet. All right, thank you, Skeletor.
Thank you very much.
DB Dornake here at Scarefest 2018, and it's been a wonderful evening. You can see all the great vendors out there and all the great booths, and we've had a really great evening with some great interviews, some possible tests. There you are. And we got a cosplayer right here. And what are you dressed up as, sir?
Cosplayer? I'm not a cosplayer. I'm with security.
Security?
I'm the head of Stars Row Security.
I don't remember that movie.
It's not a movie. I really am security. Check the back of the shirt. Stars Row Security.
Oh, okay.
And we've had a lot of complaints.
Complaints?
Complaints. You cannot ask people to volunteer to be experiments.
Oh, well, I mean, we have press passes. You see right here? Media.
What is this?
This is Hillbilly Jack. He's just filming as we're interviewing some people for the experiments.
Yeah, that's the problem. You can't ask people to volunteer to be experiments at Scarefest.
Well, why not? I thought this would be a good place for some cadavers, some...
I'm glad you mentioned cadavers. We found the bodies.
The bodies?
The bodies covered in the mushroom spores in the back, we found them.
Oh,
maybe next time you shouldn't leave a calling card that says property of. I need you to come with me. You two, too. Cut that off now.
We better turn it off. We gotta go.
Now.